sometimes I like to lather myself up with Vaseline and roll around on the floor and pretend to be a slug. Welcome back to the Words of Heart podcast, guys. Today we're going to be talking about guilty pleasures.
Let's get weird. Let's get weird.
Do you guys have anything specific about like a guilty pleasure, like something that you do enjoy way too much, and you just
Now, are we sticking this strictly to guilty pleasures, as in it's a pleasure that you'd be embarrassed for anyone to find out about, or a guilty pleasure in the fact that it's something is bad for you, but you like it anyway?
That's a good question.
we can go both ways there.
Yeah.
So like, it's something that I know is bad for me, but I continue to do anyway.
I could list off a bunch of stuff I know
Called
about
my
you.
life.
My life. I told myself last month that I was gonna hate myself a lot less. Instead, I've just been eating a lot less Taco Bell.
That's the same thing.
Basically the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Some people would argue, but
Yeah.
I don't know what they have. The cheesy gordita, which is like a pita with cheese.
Well,
and a
to be
taco.
fair, instead of hating yourself or being down on yourself, you can just squeeze the liquid hate out of your ass.
That's more than fair.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about Taco Bell is that it's not good. It's barely food.
I don't like Taco Bell.
Really?
And
Not at all.
I don't either.
Okay, just throwing this out here.
Sure.
If anybody out there has a guilty pleasure of Taco Bell, and you enjoy their Crunchwrap Supremes, which are pretty fucking
They're
incredible.
not bad.
My wife and I made Crunchwrap Supremes at home. 1,000 times better. It's so good. Just don't, look up a recipe online, make it at home. Half the fat, half the repercussions.
I was just about to say, but the real
and-
question is, do you still spend the same amount of time in the bathroom
Well, I
afterwards?
mean, you're talking about Mexican food, Craig. So there's a point where you have to be like, where you have to accept that it's going to come out of you.
You're gonna, yeah.
There's pain.
You're gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah,
Pain
yeah.
and pleasure.
You can't put things in and not expect things to come out at some point. But I mean,
true.
like, it's not the same, I guess is what I'm saying.
I guess realistically, the guilty pleasure for me is just fast food in general, because the people at Thai Express, everyone who works at Thai Express here in Fredericton, knows me and knows my order when I walk up.
Huge shout out to the YouTube channel, Healthy Junk Food. And definitely check them out if your guilty pleasure happens to be junk food. They recreate the junk food at home, and they do it on a better budget with less calories.
So like a healthier version of some of your favorite junk foods.
And it's not even necessarily healthier. I mean, like, they made a sausage egg McMuffin, which is like my guilty pleasure.
I love,
is
especially now that McDonald's breakfast is all day.
24/7. That gets
Hashtag
me.
not
It's
spawned.
so
That gets me.
amazing.
But I mean, like, not spawned. Still can't wrap my head around that one. Go to Walmart, get yourself some of those sausage patties. Fucking great value, great savings. Sponsor us. Anyway.
Not
Can you imagine
spawned.
being
Not
sponsored by Walmart?
Sponsored by
That'd be
Walmart.
great.
Anyway. And then one of the things that you have to realize is that they don't, most people, they're going to make a breakfast sandwich. They're like, oh, put mayonnaise on it.
No.
They butter their English muffins and then
Yes.
toast them and then and as
That's
soon
one
as-
thing I
as soon
do
as-
make myself.
As soon as you realize that, you can make them at home and they taste just as good.
The key to it too is it's not just a fried egg; it's a poached egg.
No, well, here's what they did on Healthy Junk Food, is they took some cooking spray, they sprayed the inside of a mug, cracked the egg in there, and microwaved it.
Okay.
I've done something
Comes
similar.
out exactly the same way.
Instead of doing it in a mug, though, I use a muffin tin, put a little bit of water in the bottom of the muffin tin, put the egg in the muffin tin, and throw it in the oven.
Food hacks for your guilty pleasures to
makes
not be
sense.
so guilty.
Yeah. One of mine would probably be energy drinks.
I like the taste of them.
Yeah.
You're a narcissist.
There's some of them that taste good.
See, I've had that argument with someone before. They're like, why do you drink those? They're like, you could have like a cup of tea or a coffee if you
like
need the
those,
caffeine. I'm like, I like the taste. Like, I don't drink it because I think it's better than coffee, for example, for waking me up. I love the taste of, especially the green monsters. We're not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
but
Nothing makes
the
me
green
feel better when I
monsters-
first wake up in the morning than drinking a nice energy drink.
We're gonna get sued.
Was the label out? Why? It's free advertising.
Yeah, but
That's not how it works.
how it works.
I mean, but the thing is, what people don't realize is, like, I hate how somebody would say, like, I used to drink, like, a small Red Bull in college, and somebody in my class was like, I can't believe you're putting that garbage into your body. And you go out and you get a coffee, which has way more caffeine in it. Drip coffee has way more caffeine than a Red Bull. Red Bull has 80 milligrams of caffeine. You can get like 160 out of an average cup, 8-ounce cup of drip coffee. And then, of course, he would dump 4 creamers into it and scoop 8 pounds of sugar into the fucking thing. And I'm like...
Yeah, but you're the one that's putting the crap in your body by drinking energy
and
drink.
their one argument, they're like, well, taurine. It's like, well, you're still putting refined sugar in your ass. Like, I don't, like look at you.
A little bull semen isn't gonna hurt you.
Yeah, fuck it. I used to know somebody who used to drink his...
He was recycling his
his own semen. He was on a football team, on a university football team. I didn't know him personally. I knew him as a friend of a friend.
protein.
And he used to drink it because he was just like, yeah, I got to keep my protein in my... I got to keep my...
See,
Okay,
it doesn't work that way.
Guilty pleasures. I know it doesn't work that way.
There was a YouTube video that Ray William Johnson reviewed years and years and years ago.
Okay.
And it was this kid who's like, he's sitting there, he's like a fat blob, he's got a fupa, and he's talking about don't go there. He's talking about recycling his semen because he wants to keep the most fertile, the fastest sperm still in his system, because apparently somehow by drinking it,
This topic went off the rails.
Gets from your stomach over to your balls. Anyway, let's go rapid fire with the guilty pleasures and just sort of see what comes out.
sure.
So food.
McDonald's breakfast specifically.
Pad Thai Express.
Yeah. I am. It's a toss up between A&W onion rings and Mary Brown's taters, which are just way too
Both
much
excellent
salt.
choices.
Way too much salt, but I can't help it.
It's just too
Can't help it. And yeah, that's just all right. Music.
Justin Bieber's last album. I'm not ashamed to say that I know all the lyrics to Love Yourself.
Wow. Mike would probably want me to say Limp Bizkit, but there's nothing guilty about liking Limp Bizkit. So let's go with some country music.
Yeah, that probably disappoints me a little bit, but I'm not gonna rag on you for it because my guilty music pleasure is the gayest pop shit. I am like I'm a huge closet fan of Katy Perry's music.
Okay.
Straight up. So
Isn't that Alex's favorite?
and I found it because I got really hooked a while ago on, and this isn't a guilty pleasure because I'll defend her all day, on Lady Gaga's music years and years ago, because she's just really talented from
She's
a
actually
singer
talented,
standpoint.
yeah.
She might be weird, but she is, yeah.
She
Most of the
plays-
talented ones are weird. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
exactly.
She actually plays guitar. Like she actually plays
She's
piano
an
too.
amazing pianist. Anyway, so I was listening to that, and then somebody else said that they're comparing her to Katy Perry, and I listened to her music, and it gets stuck in my head, and I can't stop. So
Well, that's the thing with Katy Perry. She plays guitar too. Like she's actually. She can actually sing. Sure, I mean she's auto-tuned like until she's blue in the face.
But I mean, like, the thing is like when it came to Lady Gaga, I was listening to like the musicianship and I was analyzing and stuff. When I listen to Katy Perry, I'm just like I'm listening to it because it's stuck in my head, and I'm listening to like this super like poppy. I like all of her top refined hits. I don't know why.
who did this song? It was back in 2009, 2010. Your Love Is My Drug.
Kesha.
Was that Kesha? Okay, so there was a school trip. It was me.
I miss her being able to make music.
It might be coming back eventually. We'll
Really?
see.
Kinda.
Is that your guilty pleasure?
She would probably be one of my guilty pleasures. I liked Kesha.
Your Love Is My Drug. It was me, one of my male teachers,
Dollar Stein.
Yeah.
5 other guys
Kasha.
that were in this one class, and
Yeah.
Outdoor Pursuits, and we were going on a camping trip, basically.
Yeah.
And we're all singing, your love, your love, your love is my drug. The entire way, basically. There's another one by Katy Perry, if I'm not mistaken, that came out around the same time. It was super catchy. And we were singing that as well.
I don't know.
Fireworks.
The song "Firework." I was playing a bunch of music on Google Music based on your likes or your suggestions. So I was going through all these artists. So I'm in the middle of listening to like Slayer and Cancer Bats, and then all of a sudden Katy Perry's "Firework" comes on, and I'm just like, oh yeah,
That's my jam.
like I can't, like I don't know, like I said, can't help it. But
This is opening my eyes.
well, there's certain things, and like I become less and less ashamed. Like back in high school, I was like, if anybody didn't like heavy metal music, I was like, fuck you, man, fuck you, you're an asshole. And now I'm just like,
You became
no.
the asshole.
Well, no, now I'm like it's okay to like
Other
music
stuff.
because you think it sounds good, and I don't give a shit. So I mean,
So why do you still make fun of me for liking Limp Bizkit then?
Oh, well, that's just
because
embarrassing.
yeah, because they're talentless and fucked. Anyway, their bass player's pretty solid. But anyway,
West Borland.
yeah, let's move into TV shows, guilty pleasures. Come on.
There's a few anime out there, actually, that I'm really into. Like, because I watched...
What anime would you watch that you would consider a guilty pleasure?
There's a few of them. There's one called Fairy Tail, which is not
I don't
as
see
gay
that.
as it sounds.
I was gonna say that nothing wrong with Fairy
it's
Tail.
actually it's
Fairy
actually
Tail's
pretty
good.
cool.
That's not. There's nothing to be guilty about.
What, you've watched it?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Fairy Tale. There's Sword Art Online, which people fucking hate and have so many.
See, I love
arguments
that
over.
one.
There's one on Netflix that I highly recommend, which is The Seven Deadly Sins.
I freaking love that one too.
Because I grew up and watched Dragon Ball Z.
See, this is a terrible example of guilty pleasures
Well,
because
no, it is a guilty pleasure for him.
no, I know.
It's something, yeah. I mean, like it's
He's not walking down the street parading with his anime love pillow, like
yeah, my body pillow. Yeah.
yeah.
There
love
was
we need to get you one of those.
Dragon Ball Super is
I still need to watch
great.
that.
I've been watching the sub version of it, and it's getting into a really weird, not even dark arc, but they haven't actually done anything like this in Dragon Ball Z before, where Goku is kind of a villain. He's not a villain; he's completely himself, but he's causing problems for everyone else.
So
Yeah.
you've got some anime as your guilty
Anime-
pleasures, what you're saying.
Sorry,
animes
I
and-
was
yeah.
the one that derailed that because I needed to know.
Anime realistically.
This
yeah.
is the worst rapid fire I've ever heard
For
in my
me,
fucking life.
I would probably say that CW show The 100.
interesting.
I've never even heard of it. Oh, is that where the 100 kids are like?
I was supposed to watch that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not as bad as it sounds.
Yeah. My guilty pleasure shows are nothing in particular.
Gilmore Girls?
No, just a lot of the I
Gilmore
guess
Girls.
some of the drama TV shows that my wife watches. I'll be in the same room like playing a video game, and she's watching Grey's Anatomy, and I look up and I'm like, that show's so stupid.
No, McDreamy!
and I'm like, that guy's dumb. Who's that? And she's like, oh, so and so. And I'm just like, yeah, fuck, they should just. What's he doing? Just like, and like, it doesn't matter like what she was watching one called Fosters about these foster kids, and like, there's so many things I can pick apart about it.
Sure.
So many things that I hate about it. But when she's sitting there watching it, I can't help but look up once in a while and go, oh, I wonder what happens next. So that's kind of I don't sit down and watch them myself, but.
I mean, even with I understand the Grey's Anatomy thing. I mean, I've gotten like kind of interested in like, huh,
You're a
this
big
is
Grey's
kinda
fan, aren't you?
interesting. Not at all. No, I mean, I've watched
Anybody who
Grey's
calls
since
it
so long.
Grey's has actively watched it. Just saying.
I've never watched an episode, to be honest with you.
Movies.
Oh, people hate me for watching the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, for watching and liking the Saw movies, for there's so many others. God, I'm trying to think.
All right, well, I'm going to say one while he's thinking. I loved Batman vs. Superman,
Oh.
and a lot of people would disagree with that.
Yeah, that's one that a lot of people disagree with. Just as a side note, I really hope that, like, I'm really glad that none of you guys said that you like the Grown Ups movie. That's a guilty pleasure.
I mean,
thank.
Why would I be
they're
guilty about
okay.
liking that? I love those movies.
Stop it.
Rob
Anything
Schneider automatically
at
makes
all with
anything
Adam Sandler in it. Like he can do no wrong.
Stop it.
They're all gold.
Denied.
I don't really
Golden
have
turds.
a guilty pleasure for movies myself. Like I'm not a big movie person in the first place,
Obviously.
so I don't know. I like.
You can take a buy on that one if you want.
Yeah, I mean, like, I mean, it's not even a guilty pleasure. I was gonna say something like anything with Jason Segel in it, but I love that guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
but have you
to a
seen
point.
some of the last ones that he's done, the recent one?
Like what?
Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking Steven Seagal, sorry.
Fuck Steven Seagal. Oh my god. I need to get into kung fu movies, but
Pretty much anything by Morgan Freeman, I'll watch just because of the voice.
yeah.
Might also be because I lost my virginity to Shawshank Redemption. In
Yeah,
the
we've
background,
discussed
so.
this in
You
the
watched
past.
Shawshank Redemption?
No, I fucked
Oh,
to
you fucked to it.
to Shawshank.
Yeah, he was
Better
not
Get
watching.
busy living or get busy busying. Get busy.
It was so. I mean, that's kind of ingrained in my brain in a psychological level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What we do? We done food, we've done music, we've done movies, we've done TV shows.
That's right. What about video games? Guilty pleasure video games. Skulljager? Fuck you.
Fuck Skulljager. We don't talk about Skulljager.
I've never played it, but I've seen it.
Minecraft is like is seen as such a game for like just children now, right? You know, people look down upon the whole Minecraft gaming community on YouTube.
Yeah, it is.
But it's made people millionaires.
I look down on people who play Rust.
Rust is just an amazing game. I mean, people are like, oh, you know, people just the game's dominated by Russians. You know, why are you
Yeah.
playing that? It's like fuck off. It's
I was kidding.
My
but
my guilty pleasure for games is probably a lot of the really like shitty mobile games, like any little mobile puzzle game. Like I'm the person who sees like a Facebook ad for a game and I'm like, click, or the Game Boy Advance Yu-Gi-Oh games because I used to play that when I was a kid.
that would have to be mine then too, because I used to love those.
But I don't want like I don't like Yu-Gi-Oh and I don't want to bring that connotation out, so I don't want to tell anybody. That, you know what I mean?
okay,
I used to
so
love the cartoon too. I'm
with-
not gonna lie.
with
I
games.
didn't.
Well, I mean, I watched it because that was around the same period of time. Anyway, I had the cards and stuff when I was growing up, and
I still have some somewhere.
me and my buddy Justin would always play them in Duel and everything. It was great, and even probably 5 years ago now, we we were all bored, and we decided, okay, it was me and two other guys. We're like, okay, we're gonna go out and buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and we're just gonna play.
My guilty pleasure is sometimes I like to go back on the raw footage and watch Alex tell his stories at half speed, just so I can see his thought process when he's just like,
It doesn't make any sense
"Oh,
then either. does it?
I better throw in this small detail that
So, I mean,
doesn't matter."
So yeah, no, me and
Gotta
two
fit
buddies
in as
bought
many
Yu-Gi-Oh
little
cards.
details as possible.
Yeah.
We bought Yu-Gi-Oh cards and we played them, and it was fun. It was
Yeah.
it was it was actually a lot of fun. I still have them somewhere in the closet. But
We should duel sometime.
I will duel the fuck.
I
out
will
of you.
did not do that. Is there anything that you guys do that you feel like should be guilty pleasures, but you're just not ashamed of it?
I exist.
That's a little rough.
Really? You collect toys. I mean, like, I figured that was kind of a gimme.
Oh, now see that, because again, what you just described, I don't no shame in that, because there's
No,
worse things.
I'm saying that you don't have shame, but do you?
No,
is there anything that you think you should feel?
That's why it never came to mind, though, is what I'm saying, 'cause I never would have clued in to say that, but you're right, that's probably something.
Techno for me. I mean, I'll listen to pretty much
You
anything.
should
but
be
specifically
ashamed of
techno.
that.
Everyone looks down upon techno. They're like, oh well, it all just sounds the same. You downloaded a techno song, or you paid for a techno song. Why didn't you just download the 30-second preview and loop it?
That's actually a great idea. Why don't you do that?
Because you don't always get the bass drop in there, and that's what you want.
Oh, the bass drop.
But no, so I mean, yeah, for me it's techno. I love specific styles of techno, but
What about you, surly sailor?
I don't know. I'm having a hard time thinking about things that I like. You know what I mean? The same way that you did.
Yeah,
Is there something that I do that you guys think should be a guilty pleasure? Be honest. Throw it out there. Put it on the internet. Is there something that I do that you guys think I should be ashamed of?
wearing that hat. No, I don't know. Not really.
Really, no. I'm trying to think. There has to be something though. It's like, why the fuck does he like this?
Wow. I guess I'm a pretty typical person.
Fucking typical.
Pretty atypical.
Pretty fucking normal.
I'm trying to think. There has to be
Rust.
something.
You play
You
Rust.
play Rust. I play
Nothing
Rust.
wrong
Calm
with
down.
Rust.
Join us on Rust. Untamed Wilds.
Should you really be plugging that?
Yeah,
Did
maybe.
you guys just get attacked by a bunch of people on there?
So,
Now there's going to be more people attacking you.
To be honest, it's not even guilty pleasure. Never mind. It's just something that I do that
yeah.
I get super salty when playing a lot of video games. I'm not an angry person,
Yeah.
but like I get super salty, and
I
I don't know.
have no shame in usually like when I get out of the shower, I like to air dry, and I love just like so I'll just walk around naked.
Letting it all hang out.
And that used to work at my second apartment when I was on the top floor. Didn't work at my first apartment with a big bay window on the ground floor, but I fucking did it anyway. I remember one time I decided we had a fan in our living room that was running one summer, and I came out of the shower and I was just like, I'm gonna go dry in front of the fan, and I was standing there with the fan just sort of like trained on me, just like looking around, and then I looked and realized I'm standing in front of a giant bay window.
With it all out.
Just standing there naked, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
Not that,
I'm not done yet.
And I'll do that now, and I keep forgetting that I have a house now, and people can come to the door.
that happened to me. Actually, almost the same situation.
Well, that's what I was getting to, is that I was standing in the kitchen one time, and I had a towel, but I had taken the towel off and put it over my shoulder, and I was just grabbing a coffee, and I hear a knock at the door, and I turn around, and there's a guy standing there, and there's a giant window on my door.
Sure.
He
and-
sees you.
and he's staring at me.
He's staring.
And I grabbed the towel and I covered myself, and then for some reason my mind went, you haven't opened the door yet, he can't see you. And I took off to the bedroom, put pants on, came back, acted all cool.
He totally saw.
You totally saw it.
Yeah.
For me,
Have you found Christ? I'm like,
What do you think?
I mean, I've answered the. I've
yeah, I'm
answered
not really
the-
hiding anything here, bud.
I've answered that particular set of people absolutely naked before. I didn't care. But the same situation with the neighbors seeing me exposed, that happened once. I I was at my ex-girlfriend's place, and the parking lot has two tiers to it. Right, the upper tier is perfectly in line with the top floor where we were on.
You should
and
treat it better.
I had to go put the dog, or I was going to put the dog on the leash.
Tears.
And I look
as in he's
out,
crying. Get
And
it?
in the parking lot, the top
It's a
section of the
stretch.
parking lot, there's one of the guys that I work with. I waved, and I'm just like, this is awkward.
Yeah.
Don't know why they'll just turn around.
I treat the workplace like it's kind of like a home. And a lot of people, they don't mind that.
So you walk around naked there too?
No. But I mean, like when I was at ExploreNet, I remember like I would bike into work all sweaty. I would use the shower there, and then I'd come out in just my regular clothes, but I'd have like my slippers on.
I still have
And-
those slippers.
Do you? I gave them to Greg after I quit. But
And I
anyway,
use them at work.
like I'd come out with my slippers on, and I'd go make breakfast, and I'd just chill out and hang around for an hour. I still do that at my current job. I actually have a Stormtrooper cardboard cutout. It sits behind my desk. I've got a Snuggie on him, and I'll go in. I'll put on my Snuggie, and I have a heater and a fan, and I just make myself at home. Just make myself comfortable. Maybe I should have a little more shame or professionalism. Who knows? I don't know. Guilty pleasures.
If they haven't asked for it by now, I wouldn't worry.
Lessons learned.
Lessons learned.
That we really need to be ashamed of ourselves, apparently.
You ought to be ashamed.
Yeah.
You ought to be ashamed.
That's right. Lessons learned. I mean, we obviously need to start hiding our shame a little bit more. But your lessons learned and your takeaway is that there's nothing guilty about watching the Words Are Hard podcast.
Thanks for watching that episode of the Words Are Hard podcast, guys. Join us down below in the comments. Leave us your guilty pleasure. Don't forget to like the video just to help us grow. You can subscribe to our videos right here. You can check out the latest video right there. Check out all our social media in the links in the description. buy our shirts. Again, we don't make any money off those things. It's just there for your pleasure. Hopefully, you don't feel guilty about buying them. And we'll see you in the next one.